It makes no sense. Now I can be turned this way. Makes no sense. But whatever. Dang old Nazi tube. Alright, give me a second. Oh. Is that so? Just hold on a moment, please. Even though no one's here, I don't think. Okay. Now I'm back on the live stream on my other device here. Why is technology not wanting to work for me today? So weird. Okay, so let's do what I hate the most, getting this camera angle together. I want to say join our locals. We have a locals website where you can get early and exclusive content. Oh, did they fix the Zoom? Wait, hold on, guys. This might be a moment in history. Hold on. Did they fix the Zoom on NaziTube for me? Did they do it? Because it seems smoother than it's ever been. Wait, no. Never mind. I don't know. My thumbs must have been in the perfect position for a second because it seems so smooth. I got really excited. Okay, now let me check on my other device. Hey, Waylon. Waylon. How you doing? Nice to see you. Bear with me as I get everything set up here. Tonight is not my night. Technology doesn't want to work for me. It's about 1,000,000 degrees here in mini Australia, and hard times are upon us. Okay. So, am I not zoomed in enough? But if I zoom in more, it's going to cut off the screen, so I think that's pretty good. Maybe just a teeny bit this way. There. Now I've got to dim this screen so the battery doesn't drain. But yeah, join our locals. It's Prideless Chicks. Prideless with a Z on the end. All one word, lowercase. pridelesschicks.locals.com. You can get early exclusive content there. And also, you can email me. I wanted to do a video about prayer requests. So if you have anything you need prayer for, email me at arsondarksea@gmail.com. And please put, like, in the subject bar, put, like, prayer or prayer request if you don't mind. And there's something else I was going to ask you to email me. Probably remember it as soon as I get off of here. That's how it usually goes. Oh, well. Okay. So first, we're going to start with a video from our sister in Christ. I don't know why I say in Christ. I don't like saying that. I like just saying sister and brother. Sister Starlight. And then we're going to cool down with a little comedy after that before we get back into the heavy stuff. Going live on Friday night because I'm trying to get to church on Sunday and I don't want to stay up late. Got a lot to do. Is it already Sabbath where you are? Well, I mean, isn't the Sabbath like from sundown Friday? Doesn't it start sundown Friday? Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought it was technically the Sabbath. I don't know. Whatever. We'll call it a pre-game live stream. Everyone keeps talking about pre-game. I guess the Super Bowl's coming or something. I don't know. I have no clue. I just hear people talking about pre-game, and Little Caesars has some pre-game thing going on. I saw an ad for, so I don't know. Okay. It's not loud enough. see you. God bless you in Jesus' name. This will probably be about a 2 or 3 hour live stream. I don't know.
Red planet on the horizon of the California coast, and a humongous tidal wave coming in towards the coast, and having grew up in the mountains of the Sierras, and this thing in the magazine had said this tidal wave coming in was going to be at least 3 miles high, and I went and showed it to everybody in the house, and they laughed, and they said, look, it says right here, there's nothing to worry about. It won't be here for another 50 years. Hey, guess what? That 50 years has came and gone. And this baby's out there in the sky. They've been watching it. I watched it. And I can tell you, this thing has got so much trash coming around it. You know how we live in a solar system? We've got 9 planets and a big sun. This thing has got 7 planets and its own sun. The years as it went by and we watched it, it got bigger and bigger and bigger. And then finally, about a lake, we could see this thing like it was across the street.
I want to reiterate that appreciation today. I also convene my entire cabinet as part of a whole of government response. And that response is going to increase the number and intensity of the extreme weather events and be where we're going to use all the resources available to the government to do it. And that response is going to increase the number and intensity of the extreme weather events and be where we're going to use all the resources available to the government to do it.
Today is September 6, 2023. The time right now is 2:13 p.m. Eastern Time, New York time. Okay, guys, USA is on a red alert right now. As you can see, I'm going to show you what's going on. There is a lot of activity happening today. There's also 2, as you're seeing right now, we have 2 radar airplanes radaring on the eastern side of USA. There's also a lot of activity happening in the middle of USA right now as I speak. There's 3 nuclear airplanes up in the air right now. The Doomsday airplane is up too.
I spotted this a couple of days ago. This is Chicago. No major storms happen here in Chicago or they need FEMA. I'm 52 years old. I've been in Chicago all my life. Flag posts right here. United States Department of Homeland Security. And look at this. In the mall area, FEMA State Recovery Center. But anyway, fellas, peoples, this is a mall here in Chicago. I believe they call this the Washington Mall. There's no reason why FEMA should be here. Chicago has never had a weather disaster. So why is FEMA here? This is a mall. Again, this is a mall.
Oh, turn off the camera? Do I not have a right to have the camera?
I'm not giving you permission to check my face, so.
Okay, are you a public servant or?
International security officer.
Okay. This is my city, and so I have a right to film.
This is United Nations compound?
On a United Nations compound?
Yes.
This is a compound?
Yeah. Since Sunday evening, we took over this compound. This is international territory. When you step outside, Is US here is international relations
partnership between the UN and the World Economic Forum, which outlines areas of cooperation to deepen engagement between the two institutions and to jointly accelerate the implementation of the 2030 agenda.
The 2024 American election will not take place. There will be no winner. The World Powers Resolution of 1973, or the World Powers Act, will be invoked by the act of war with Russia and China. Once an invoked, the standing party will retain and remain in power.
I love the way she edits her videos. She's so funny. But yeah, I'm not trying to do any fear mongering, but it's important to know where we're at in the world, in history.
Right, someone asked
So let's cool it down a bit with something funny. I thought
you
this
to pray for something so stupid. You ever had someone ask you to pray for something so stupid? You're just like, I ain't praying for that. Yeah, some things you cannot pray for. My buddy's like, dude, can you pray for me? I was like, yeah, absolutely. What's going on? He goes, I got a drug test tomorrow. I need to pass it. I go, nah, I'm not praying for that. I'm not praying. Some things you cannot pray for. Remember my nephew, Malachi? Remember him? Remember that kid? My sister put in the family group text, she goes, pray for Malachi, he's having a tough day. And everybody in the group text is like, praying for Mally, we love him, supportive, praying hands, lifting him up. All I said was, I go, what's going on? And she texted me directly, you know how they backdoor texted? Yeah. She came around back, she goes, what do you mean? I go, what happened? She goes, he has tendonitis in his thumbs from holding the iPad. I go, I'm not praying for that, dude. I'm not putting that up to the God of the universe with my name on it. Just widows, orphans, missionaries. Allie wants to watch Paw Patrol. No. Some of the stuff y'all sending up is disrespectful. There was a hurricane, there was a tornado in Nashville, came through Nashville, and there was like all this destruction, and then people were like, praise report, my house was missed. Praise report that our house was, what do you think, God's up there with a joystick? The Jacksons, did they pray for a hedge of protection? No, let's get up! Like he's a claw at the fair. I'm sorry. You see it. Just start paying attention. They pray before NASCAR races. You know that they pray. What? What's the prayer? Jesus. We have engineered these cars to go 250 miles per hour. We will race them for 6 hours, 3 inches from each other. We just pray that you would help us not to die. God's like, yeah, just don't race. You know? Amen. Start your engine. I was watching the MMA fight, and the guy said, I just want to thank God for helping me win this fight. I go, what? What did you pray, sir? Jesus, I know everyone is created in your image, but tonight in front of 60,000 people, I'm attempting to kill a man. If you allow me to make him unconscious, I will tell Joe Rogan I thanked you. I see all kinds of stuff. You're going to start seeing it. I ain't praying for that. You're going to start seeing it. There was a group of like Christian hikers. It was like this thing on Facebook. It was like these bunch of Christian hikers. What is a Christian hiker? Like there's a hiker is not non-Christian. We don't need a Christian version of it. Like, lighten to my path, hiking, whatever. Like there was like 12 guys that decided. Of course, it was 12. But it's like, these 12 guys decided to climb Mount Everest. Okay, they got the Christian hikers, they got to the top, and everybody's like, it's a miracle. And then there was a storm, they couldn't get down, and it was going around Facebook, pray for the hikers, pray for the hikers, pray for the hiker. I just put a thumbs down. I go, no.
It's terrible.
Imagine God getting those prayer requests. Again, he's up there, widows, orphans, missionaries, disease, war. He goes, what? Paul, what is it? Where are they? I don't even want y'all up there. You should have prayed for wisdom when you were back at the house. It's tricky, but prayer is powerful. We all know that. We all live by the power of prayer, absolutely. A guy in the airport, I was in the airport, New York, LaGuardia Airport. A guy asked me, recognized me. He goes, hey man, John Chris? I go, yeah. He goes, can I pray for you? I go, okay. How do you want to do it? You want to do it right here? You want to do this in front of everybody? I go, what denomination are you? We doing closed eyes, hands out? What are we doing? Just Pentecostal? How are we doing that? Real quick, tongues or no tongues? I just gotta ask. We gotta know, like, what do we do? Like, prayer is tricky like that. Because I'm not gonna turn down a petition to the Lord on my behalf. I need prayer. I got struggles, you know? But I didn't know what to do posture-wise. That's why it's tricky. What would you, if I said, sir, if I said, can I pray for you posture-wise, what would you do? You'd be cool? Can I get some new people up here in the front? You raise your hand for that, sir? That's what you wanted to contribute to the show? What would you do, sir? If I said, can I pray for you, what would you do posture-wise? It's tricky, right? You don't know. Would you accept the prayer or no? You would take it. What would you do, sir?
He's a pilot.
He's a pilot? Did I ask you, lady? Would you accept the prayer? He's a pilot. How's that? You see all these cameras around here? You see all these cameras? You're like, I'm gonna be involved in this show. I will find a way to be involved. You're saying just he's at the airport is what you're saying. I get that. I respect that. Yeah. So what does he want to answer or no? Do you want to? What are you gonna do? You're gonna bow your head. Okay. Eyes open or closed? Oh, so you just. Everybody's got a different move. I respect it. Everybody grew up different. Hands out or no? Hands up. Folded. Okay, you're just gonna British part on me. I respect that. Everybody's their own move. What'd you do, sir? What you gonna do? Hand on my shoulder? I'm 97%, dude. You know what? I was not expecting that. All right. Yeah. Fellas, if you ever get asked to pray, the easiest way to get out of that prayer is just put your arm around his waist. That's it. Can I pray for you? Absolutely. One hand. You're just going to go one hand on the shoulder. I like that.
John B. Christ, Crist, I think is his name. I always wipe my camera, but it looked on my end like it might have been a little streaky still, so I'm gonna wipe it with more alcohol, even though I just did that a few moments ago. Maybe it's just a coinky dink. But you know me, I'm a perfectionist. Okay. Sorry.
I like it, but in my house, for the big family group text in my house is nuts. There's so much inspiration in there. And y'all got to get in here. It's fun. Just gas it up in there, you know? Like everything in the group text now is just that. I love the group text. It's just inspiration in my whole show. Everything's about spanking. Everything is about spanking in the group text because now we didn't get. Make some noise if you got spanked. Make some noise if you got spanked. We all got spanked. Now all my brothers and sisters have little kids. They're bad kids. Okay, they're bad. Not a terrible kid. No one hits them anymore. Like no one spanks the kids. We are trying something different, John. Emotionally sensitive parenting. Listen, my nephew broke a crayon at a restaurant, just complete meltdown, just scream. And no one's hitting this kid. Just like, tell us your truth. Tell us your truth. My sister's calling her therapist. What should I do? What should I do? My other sister's rubbing crystals together. Trying to manifest no tears. She's quoting Brene Brown. Vulnerability. My sister doesn't believe in physically looking down on her kids. She doesn't believe because that's judgmental. We are in a Chili's. She's on the ground in a Chili's. Please, what do you need? I'll help you. Anything. You are loved. You are valuable. Tell us you're safe. Feelings are hard. I'm sitting there like, dude, I will hit a child, bro. I will hit a child. Dude, I will hit your child, bro. You see me at a restaurant, your kid's acting up, wink at me, go to the bathroom, I will hit your child. We tried it, okay? We tried not spanking. It didn't work, okay? We gave it a shot. Like, we don't spank our kids. Well, now he's 26 and growing sunflowers out of his trunk and is on unemployment. What happened? Hey, my son does not eat that. My son does not what? Did you ever say that? Dude, I didn't eat Brussels sprouts. I stayed at the dinner table until morning, dude. It was the Cold War in my house, dude. And now they said, my son just offended. Listen, I'm sorry, you sending your kids off for these teachers to watch your terrible kids for 8 hours a day. The least you could do is defend the teachers when they say your kid is terrible. Skylar would never. He would. He's terrible. If my dad ever found out about me disrupting, he would come up to the school, beat me in front of the class, say, I'm going to lunch. If he does it again, y'all hit him. Bro, we got spanked in groups growing up, dude. Remember, I was asleep one night. Asleep, dude. I got woken up to be spanked. Wake up, we're being spanked. All of us, oldest to youngest. Explanation. Tell us your truth. Tell us. My brother farted in church. I laughed. I got spanked. Why am I being spanked? Snitches get switches. What? Every single one of y'all in here had to go out in the backyard and choose a switch. For years, so we had to choose our own weapon, dude. We grew up in Mortal Kombat. Remember driving home and making noise in the back seat when your parents were driving, dude? They didn't even look around. They just, any skin they could reach. This kid not even in our family, dog. He is today. If he wants to ride home, he's in our family. That's how I knew we. And then they got to the stoplight, took off their belt so they could reach more kids. And we grew up fine. Look at us. We got expendable income, got jobs, got a babysitter. You're doing great. You're doing great. You guys are doing fantastic.
How many people have used rapid release? Just out of curiosity.
Welcome back to Minutes of Horror News. We really have to get into this one because first, they were creating lab-created diseases. And then they wanted to create lab-created meat because they really want to get rid of the cows and other farm life because apparently, all of a sudden, cows are bad for the environment. And I guess natural-born humans are next on the chopping block because scientists are now growing human embryos without the sperm or the egg. But according to this article, they're not creating humans. They are creating an entity that closely resembles an early human embryo. Get that keyword, an entity. This is why I said you have to be updated on how words change and how they use their keywords. Just like in the Burning Man video, when that man said they lost a couple people. And I said, well, a couple can mean anything. It no longer means two. Even if you look it up in the dictionary now, it has a new meaning. Yes, it used to mean two, but now it means anything above two. So they can really play with these words to trick and confuse us. Mm-hmm. This is why when I see the word entity used in an article like this, it's actually pretty terrifying because the word entity can pretty much mean anything. It can be a human, it can be an alien, it can be a demon, it can be their god. It could be how they introduce the Antichrist for Project Bluebeam. Now, the next sentence says, the Weizmann Institute team say their embryo model made using stem cells looks exactly like a textbook example of a real 14-day-old embryo. So here's my biggest question. Where exactly are they getting these stem cells? If they want to replicate and duplicate a human embryo, then I doubt they're using animals, which I'm sure they have done before. Just like with that sheep dolly, that was the first example of a classic cloning psyop. Are they getting these stem cells from aborted babies, or maybe perhaps like the article says, other entities. It even released hormones that turned a pregnancy test positive in the lab. So this thing is a real being. The ambition for the embryo models is to provide an ethical way of understanding the earliest moments of our lives. And where have we heard that before? We've heard this with CERN, that they're using the Large Hadron Collider to find the earliest existence of our universe, to find the earliest particle, the God particle. But I think we all know what the Large Hadron Collider is really being used for, to merge realities, to open portals, to bring their demons over. But lucky for us, USA Today and other big media have told us scientists at CERN are not opening a portal to hell. Because I guess when they went there and asked them this question, they were expecting the scientists to say, hey, yes, we're opening a portal to hell. But since they told them they weren't, it was fact-checked that this was false. I mean, I can go on and on about the Large Hadron Collider and the many evils behind it, but I just find it funny they're using the same lingo that they use with the Large Hadron Collider that they're using here with their lab-born entity. Now, one can look at this and see this as proof that they have been cloning humans, which has always been a conspiracy theory for some odd reason. But they have admitted to actually having this technology, being able to clone humans since the 60s, back when they were cloning lizards like salamanders. And scientists speculated that the cloning of humans might be in reach, and it was only a matter of time. They had the technology. It was only in its infancy, but they indeed had it. And they had this technology within their grasp all the way back in the 60s, over 60 years ago. And you mean to tell me it took them 60 years to now finally be able to clone humans? So I don't believe what they're showing us in this article is brand new information. So I don't think this article is telling us that they're cloning and replicating humans, something we already knew they were doing with a lot of these celebrities. So then if this is not about cloning humans, then what exactly are they doing? Because all you have to do is read a little bit further in the article. About 1% of the mixture began the journey of spontaneously assembling themselves into a structure that resembles but is not identical to a human embryo. They continue to say they are not normal human embryos. They're embryo models, but they're very close to them. Now, whatever they're using to build these entities, I have yet to see the word animal pop up in this article. The reason why they keep using the word model is because they know that the public knows there could be some legality issues here cloning humans or creating human embryos. So they have to keep saying the word model. These are nothing more than test dummies. You have to read the fine print because it even states here the work raised the question of ethics, of whether embryo development could be mimicked past the 14-day stage. And then they go ahead and say this would not be illegal even in the United Kingdom, as embryo models are legally distinct from embryos. So basically what they're saying is that they have a living entity, a living being that closely resembles a human, but is not a human, and we're not using the word animal, but we're not going to get in any trouble creating this because we're going to call it a test dummy. The article finishes by saying the work has, for the first time, achieved a faithful construction of the complete structure of a human embryo from stem cells in the lab, thus opening the door, opening a portal for studies of the events that lead to the formation of the human body plan. The researchers stress it would be unethical, illegal, and actually impossible to achieve a pregnancy using these embryo models. Assembling the 120 cells together goes beyond the point an embryo could successfully implant into the lining of a womb, even though they told us in the beginning of the article that whatever this is tested positive on a pregnancy test. So you might be saying to yourself, this is perfect. This can be used for women who can't get pregnant, who want children that don't want to adopt, but now finally they can have their own children created and how they want to create them. But this is not what this is about.
Siemens microgrid technology.
You have to read the fine print. They are not going to be sticking this inside your womb. Even though this shows up in a pregnancy test, they will not allow this thing to be created by a natural human. Now, other than shoving this up their ass where they should put it, I do believe they're going to put it inside AI. They're going to put it inside an artificial intelligence being. And they are going to give birth to whatever this is. And it's going to have all the knowledge and power of AI, except it's going to look almost like a human.
Just keep in mind, anything that they're rolling out now has already existed long before we knew it existed. Okay? So if a new species starts walking around Earth and they're publicizing that, then guess what? It's already happened. And they've been among us this whole time and we didn't even know it. So just gonna say
Have
that.
it look as realistic as possible. And they will play this off as the Antichrist. This will go hand in hand with Project Bluebeam. Even Geordie Rose, the founder of D-Wave, the founder of quantum computers, and who goes hand in hand with
He's in my last video. In the last video I just made.
with AI and artificial intelligence, said they are bringing demons over. He has used the word demons over and over and over again.
When you do this, beware. Because you think, just like the guy in the stories, that when you do this, you're going to put that little guy in a pentagram, and you're going to have your holy water out, and you're going to wave it at the thing, and by God, it's going to do exactly what you say and not one thing more, but it never works out that way. So this is an attitude that some are having, this emerging alarmism about the way this is going to go. But these words, demons, doesn't capture the essence of what's happening here. I don't know if any of you are turn of the century weird fiction fans, but there's this guy named H.P. Lovecraft, who's a very famous American weird fiction author. And he espoused a view which is called cosmicism. And the essence of cosmicism is cosmic indifference. So what he was saying is basically, yes, there are these massively intelligent entities out there, but they're not good, they're not evil. They just don't give a shit about you even in the slightest. The same way that you don't care about an ant is the same way they're not going to care about you. And these things that we're summoning into the world now are not demons, they're not evil, but they're more like the Lovecraftian great old ones. There are entities that are not necessarily going to be aligned with what we want. So this transition is really, really massively important for our entire species to navigate. And going back to that thing that Sam Harris was saying, nobody is paying attention. This thing is happening in the background while people bicker about politics and what's going to be in the healthcare plan in the U.S. And underneath it all is this rising tsunami that, if we're not careful, is going to wipe us all out.
So if you think this is about cloning humans, think again. They already had those capabilities years ago. This is about bringing something new into the world, something much more powerful and something far more evil. But thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel and you want to see more.
Hey guys,
I wanted to say, I gotta get my glasses on, I can't see anything. Okay, I wanted to say that please join us on our locals website, pridelesschicks.locals.com. And if you truly can't afford to go in there and you would like a free membership, email me at arsondarksy@gmail.com, and I will try to send you a coupon for a free month on our website. Just cuz.
hey guys, we're out here to see if people think puppies are more valuable than humans. Would you guys want to sign a petition to stop puppies in the shelter areas? Yes? Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, so if they have over 24 dogs or 30 cats, they'll start killing their animals. And word on the street is that they have a pregnant dog, so they'll have to kill her and her puppies if she exceeds the 30-day limit. Thank you. And actually, while I've got you, I have another petition that might be up your alley. This one was just kind of sensitive, so I wanted to ask about that first. But this one is to stop abortion in South Carolina. Is that something you'd be interested in signing? I guess I misunderstood. Why did you sign the first one? This is the same thing but for our own species. For this one, it is to stop abortion in South Carolina. Would that be something you'd be willing to sign? No?
I won't get in. I'm not going to get all into that.
No?
I'm for the dogs.
Oh, okay. So are you saying that dogs probably are more valuable than people? Is that?
There's some dumb people around here. So I think
Yeah, but
I totally agree. You see some of these
looking like this.
would you have time to sign a petition to save the puppies in South Carolina? No, thank you. Oh, something you're interested in signing? No? Are you saying that puppies are more valuable than humans? Yeah? Okay.
Both of our dogs are rescues.
I have another petition that I need signed. This one is to stop abortion. No? Okay. So,
I think
Where's the puppy? She's like a couple weeks old, I think. What's her name? Ruby.
I'm protecting for babies in the womb like you wanted to do for the puppies in the womb.
You signed the first one for Ruby.
Right. No, why not? What's the difference between puppies in the womb and babies in the womb? I'm a seasoned animal rights activist now.
it's a big world to explore.
On the device I'm on, it's so hard to type, so I was going to reply to Leland and say that I've heard of that before, and I mean that very well could be true. I don't know, but we just have to be really careful what to believe when it comes to theories and stuff, because I notice Satan loves to take two things that are alike and lead us astray with that. For instance, oh, the 12 disciples didn't really exist. It's really about your 12 vertebrae. And you know that theory, right? Like, oh yeah, and Jesus is really your pineal gland or whatever. Or Jesus was a type of mushroom. Or no, it's not Jesus. He's not the way, the truth, and the life. No, it's Christ consciousness. And, so you just got to be really careful when it comes to any kind of theories. I'm not saying that's what this is in particular, but just go to God in prayer and wait on Him. And the Bible tells us to be slow to think, slow to speak, and we shouldn't be jumping to conclusions, because there are so many theories out there that seem so fleshed out and make so much sense. Even when it comes to other religions out there, they can seem so promising, and you'll see the followers of other religions, they seem so peaceful and like they really know everything, and he is the master of deception. He's a loser and he's stupid, but he's very deceptive. I don't like when people try to say the devil is intelligent and this, that, and the other. Listen, you could be the village idiot, but if you're able to live longer than everyone else, guess what? You're going to eventually be the village genius, right? If everyone dies when they're 70, but the village idiot somehow is able to live to be 10,000 years old, he's going to be more intelligent than the oldest person in the village. So if Satan was that intelligent, guess what? He wouldn't be the devil, right? Like, if Satan and these demons are really that intelligent, they wouldn't be who they are today, right? So can I get an amen? Anyway. And let me know if you don't like the subtitles, if they're bothering you. I just thought, like when I look back at the live streams I've done before, the audio can be kind of weird sometimes and I may not understand everything. So I thought maybe the subtitles might help. I don't know. Let me know if you want them off.
So I don't know why I'm doing this video. Honestly, every single day at this point, I say to someone around me how absurd I feel like everything has gotten. We're just living in this never-ending Monty Python sketch that's only funny sometimes.
And now for something completely different.
But I can't help myself. I cannot help. The inner middle schooler inside of me cannot help it. I have to do this video. I have to talk about this just for a second, because I just can't help it.
Okay, so I saw that it was going around on X, I guess we have to call it X now, that there's a new variant and they're calling it Corolla. And I'm one of those super nerdy people that I like to nerd out on words. I like to go look up words. I like to look up where they came from. They have a habit of naming these things after, like the goddess of chaos and things like that. And I just find it very fascinating how they're doing it. So I decided to go try to look up what this means. And what the media shares mostly is this set of tweets right here from this guy, an infectious disease modeler, who said that he suggested this nickname because it's a nickname after an asteroid that hangs out by Jupiter for its uniqueness. Okay, so you go look that up. And I mean, there's not really much unique about this, I don't really think. I mean, look at it. It just looks like, this is, of course, a 3D model of it, but it just looks like a rock. It just looks like a big rock. It's not really anything all that exciting about it. It's one of a family of nearly 6,000 of this type of asteroid that just looks like a rock. I mean, it's not really that unique. There's nothing that unique about this. That's what I'm saying. Look at that. That is not, if you saw that, you wouldn't be like, wow, that's so freaking unique. But also, it says here that it was named after Corolla, the genus of evergreen plants in, looks like this, commonly known as wintergreen. So this asteroid was discovered in 1927, and supposedly it is named after this genus of flowering herb commonly known as wintergreen. Okay, sure. But I still wanted to know, like, where does that word actually go? Like, if I look back further, right? So I kept searching, and the internet did not disappoint. It didn't, because I ended up on Wiktionary, the free dictionary, and here's Corolla. It's a Galician word, which is it comes out of Spain. It's a language spoken in Spain. And check out what it means. It's a vulgar word. It means, guys, it means penis. This means penis. Penis. Okay, this word means penis. And also, it may mean wintergreen flowering herbs, and they may have named an asteroid, just looks like a rock after it. But it also has another meaning. That's what I'm saying. It has another meaning here. And that meaning is penis. Okay?
I'd like to thank Crystal Meth Santa Claus for being here.
And it's not like this is the only place that says that either. This is all over the place. Here's another one. This is a Spanish Galician folk dictionary from 1926. So this was published, this first one was published the year before they named the asteroid. And it says it right here. It means miembro virile. Okay? It means male member. It means... It just... Is this an accident? Did he just not go look this up? Because that's what I would have done. If I was like, I'm going to be naming something that's going to be splashed all over the news and people are going to be saying it everywhere, and we're going to be really trying to warn people about this to take it seriously, we're going to name it something that you can easily find this. Like, I found this very quickly. Once you scroll down in the search past all of the current news articles, you can start to find these. They're all over the place. Here's another one. This is on wordsense.eu/Corolla. There you go. Slang, vulgar, penis. Okay. It says it right there. Here's another one. This is another search result where it redirects, and it says membrum virile. And when you highlight that, it's a euphemism for penis. You can do this all day. And I don't, are we being trolled? I mean, and so I would love it. I know Snopes or whoever likes to fact check, they're going to say, no, that's not what it means. No. He was talking about the asteroid. He randomly chose an asteroid out of 6,000 known asteroids in that family. Just looks like some rock because it's so unique. Okay. I'm sorry. But I can see that happening. I would love that. That's great. So you should do that definitely. But meanwhile, I have people in my X account saying perula is used a lot in Argentina, and it means the same thing. So, so I'm just saying, okay? Did he not look it up? Did he not look it up? That's all I want to know. You chose that name. That's what you picked. You picked that to be the name. This is the reality we're living in, guys. Like, this is what we're supposed to be told is like how things are. I don't, this is embarrassing to me. I feel embarrassed that I don't know, man. I just feel like, is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? We break into a Queen song. And supposedly it is named after this genus of flowering herb commonly known as wintergreen. 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 Like, what is going on? What are you guys still out there? Are you out there? Are you handling the world okay? Like, are you hanging in there? Like, what? Go ahead and try to read, after you read this, go ahead and try to read any of these news headlines with a straight face now. It's kind of hard to do.
Now, this channel is Truth Stream Media. They helped wake me up several years ago before I was a Christian or anything. An amazing channel. Unfortunately, of course, due to all the censorship, they've had to water themselves down a lot. They used to have some really great stuff, but now it's, not really that much truth, or I don't know, it's just watered down a lot. But I really love this channel. And I was going to say something, but I already forgot. I'm so tired. It's been a long day. I'm sorry. This I thought was really good. Pray for the ladies that own this channel. I think they're lesbians, if I'm not mistaken, if this is a channel I'm thinking it is. I don't know, they have a song at the beginning, so.
Another one bites the dust. Another one. Another one. Another one bites the dust. Another one. Another one. Another one bites the dust. And another one. Another one. Another one bites the dust. Words can't live, so you know it got stop.
I don't know why they have someone else there when it's these ladies, right?
How you doing, John? What's up? How you doing? What's going on? What are you doing today?
Out here at work.
Where are you going?
Pick up freeway.
You meeting somebody? Are you meeting someone?
Oh, these subtitles don't help.
Okay. This you? Looks like you? Are you understand it? Look, I'm not the boss. We run an organization sells people helping kids online. Okay? So nice Vanessa.
You know that's your partner right there. You're not the cops. Call the cops and get you.
We don't call the cops. Not cops. Just call them.
Oh, yeah.
Call the cops. Come on, we'll call them. That's fine. Come on, we can call them. Where are you going? Are you going to call them or are you going to walk away? Okay, well then stay here so they can come and arrest me.
Yeah.
Okay, then stay here with me.
We got no permission to kill me anyways.
This is a two-party state. I don't need your permission. You committed felonies. I don't need your permission.
I went to police.
You did?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Do you want me to show you what you said?
I was with groups.
Do you want me to show you what you said? I don't care where you went. You don't have to meet. You don't have to meet. Are you calling 911? Well, please do so. I don't hear you talking to anybody. They answer pretty quick, don't they? Huh? I'm not harassing you. I'm walking down the street. Now, if you want to play this game, we will call the cops. You want to stop and have a conversation real quick? We don't have to. All I want to have a conversation with you why you did this. That's it. Huh? No? So you'd rather me call the cops? Guess what? Yesterday, I caught somebody. Guess where he's at right now? South Central. Is that where you'd like to be? You want to know why? Because he hopped on his little wheelchair and rolled away and wouldn't talk. We have to. Look, I'm a girl. I'm meeting you. This is for safety. That's it. To ensure you don't do anything, you can't say, they come out here and wanted $1,000 from me. So, I just want to go over it. That's it. So you told her in the very beginning, as soon as she told you she's 13.
What did I say?
You're going to make trouble for me.
What did I say? I said, I'm too old. What did she say?
Okay. Yeah.
Right there.
You said I'm too old.
Right there.
And she said, not too old for me. Guess what? You come back. She's a kid. Doesn't matter. She's a kid. It don't matter if the kid says, come do me now. That's a child. You're grown up. So, you told her she's going to get you in trouble. And you said you can't say anything because you don't want to go to jail no more. Right? What do you mean, what did she say? Do I really have to go read? Come on, you want to do, we can do this, like, we can go back and forth. I'll read one, you read one, how's that? Okay? All right, here we go. Well, looky there, there you go. You can talk to this gentleman. You don't want to talk to me, you can talk to him. I'm sitting here talking to you. There you go. How you doing, buddy?
What's
At it again.
How are you?
No,
How are you doing,
this
man?
is in Nitro.
Come here.
Oh, that's loud.
Yeah.
Cops can only entrap.
We're not violating.
Law enforcement.
Learn your laws.
Learn.
Thank you.
Yeah, if we don't fucking gonna talk to you, and guess what? It's not fucking Travis.
Thank
Don't
you.
tell me how to fucking do the law. You
Thank
understand me? Okay, thank you.
Right there. I want that camera. Right there.
I'll give you the footage.
Yeah, we got it.
It's going to be on YouTube, okay? Child Pet Patrol, West Virginia. Go watch it.
Don't say anything. Put that.
You don't care. You don't care.
Watch it. It's going to be right there, John, right behind that camera. You got it on video.
I don't think cuffing is illegal anyway.
I guess it is.
Okay. Okay.
He knows the law.
Okay, I know. You know what entrapment is.
You won't be interested to be anything.
Asshole. Piece of shit. Guys, he tried to be so careful. He was hiding a whole block down watching. He did. I knew we was gonna have issues out of this one. God, I made it good for you this time.
Well, I heard you got another one the other day also.
Yeah.
So, dude called me and I was like, hey, was it Vanessa? And he was like, I think so. I was like, yep.
We started home in West Virginia now.
This one was careful.
Yeah, he stood down the road watching and wouldn't come to the meeting spot. Everything highlighted is what's important.
Maybe we can find
I love
it.
it when they try to tell me how to
Oh, I know. That's the first thing he said. And I said, try calling the law, he said. I said, well, here, I'll call him. I'll call him for you. He said, don't.
I just love this video because the cop arrested him, didn't even give him the time of day. That's how they should be treated, man. And I'm playing lighter videos this time because I think before I left the room I saw somebody say they wanted some light and funny videos. This was the first live stream where I played stand-up comedy, I think. I did 2 videos of stand-up comedy, man. It's hilarious. But I'm playing some lighter videos for the most part, I guess. Some of these videos I haven't seen that are coming up.
Most people don't know what it's like.
Well, boo-hoo.
Yes, sir, I do.
I understand that.
Politicians are everywhere and in charge of controlling our laws. But what happens when they are the ones who commit crimes? Here are 5 shocking examples of when politicians realize they've been caught, starting with congregational candidate Martin Hyde, who had been pulled over for going at 57 miles per hour on a 40-mile-per-hour zone and using his phone while driving.
How you doing, sir? I'm Sebastian, Sarasota Police Department. You're on audio and video recording. The reason for the stop, you were observed going 57 and a 40, and you were on your phone texting while you were doing that. That was at Euclid and Fruitville. I'm not pointing at you, I'm pointing in the direction where it was. Go right ahead, sir. Can I see your license? Yes, sir, I do. Can I see your license, registration, insurance, please? Yes, sir.
Right after the officer presents herself and asks for Martin's license, conflict starts, even daring to say, "You know who I am," in a bid to be released from his penalty.
I'm sorry. I still have a job to do, sir.
What's your name?
Officer Dustin, it's going to be on the citation. Can I see your insurance registration and your license, please? Sir, can I have your paperwork? 7 years, sir. Can I see your registration, please? You're not going to give me your registration, sir. I'm asking you if you're going to produce me with your registration. You don't have it on you?
Go. So that when I read you just speak to me. Like this speak.
Okay.
Cool Marlon Ray. So you cool the man.
Okay.
Well, okay. Tell me.
Okay, sir. If you want to produce your registration.
After a back and forth between the two, we can see how candidate Martin thought higher of himself as he made subtle yet menacing threats to the officer's career or asked her to call her supervisor. But because these tactics proved useless, Martin kept escalating threats, reminding her that she was making career decisions and then asking why was she doing it.
I'm asking if you have your registration.
Making career decisions.
Okay, sir. Sir, because you were speeding and you were texting. Hang tight.
Seeing no cooperation on his side, Officer Sebastian decided to go back to her car and make the appropriate ticket and delivered it to Martin, which, of course, he ultimately refused to accept.
At take 5, you stay in your.
We are living in the pussy apocalypse. Everyone's a pussy. Nothing is a bigger turnoff than a weak man. I'm gonna vomit. And men throwing a fit over the smallest stuff. Just take the ticket and shut up. Go home.
Call the supervisor. I just spoke to the boss.
You want your paperwork?
Is it a Russian immigrant status that makes people like this?
10-14-6.
Call the supervisor.
14 dispatch, can you have my supervisor respond, please?
Yeah. And then we'll see who goes.
You don't want your paperwork?
You don't have your wallet.
Sir, you're going to be issued a citation.
Anything you have to say. I'll wait for the supervisor.
You can wait for the supervisor, but I'm going to go through what I need to go through. Are you already going to issue
That's the registration.
Well, you can already issue a citation for that. For failure to produce your registration. Alright. Sir, you're going to be issued a citation 57 and a 40 for speeding. Upon 56 information in the back, you're going to have an option to plead guilty an option to plead not guilty, and an option to take a state driver's course. If you qualify for the course, it will reduce your fine and it will reduce your points. If you decide to go ahead and do that, just make sure you do it prior to submission of payments.
You know what he said about you? You want to hear what he said about you?
He could say all he wants about me. I got a job to do, sir.
You know what he said about you?
If you fail to complete,
Okay. And he's going to have you again.
and that's fine,
It's not fine. What you said is fine.
sir.
I'm a law-abiding citizen. You be bloody rude.
To no one's surprise, candidate Martin refused to receive his ticket and said to have called the officer's supervisor. Not only that, but he even dared to say that it was the officer who had been rude to him when only 30 seconds after the conversation started, he had already begun threatening to end her career.
You are going to be issued a citation for texting and driving. Okay? You are going to be issued a citation for texting and driving. Your fine is $116. Information back. You're going to have an option to plead guilty and an option to plead not guilty.
After the officer had given him the citation and the necessary ticket information, she had to go back to her car and wait patiently for her supervisor to come, not without candidate Martin making the situation more troublesome than it already was.
Sir, step back into your car or stand on the sidewalk so you don't get hit by a vehicle. It's for your safety. Sir, stand over there. It's for my safety and for your safety. Sir?
Finally, after 8 minutes of wait, the supervisor showed up.
Sarge Frangione is on his way. Speeding 57 and a 40. Texting while driving. Failure to produce his registration when I asked. He told me I could look it up.
Okay. You know what it is.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So you're just gonna stay by to sign him, or is that what?
He already got cited.
Oh, he has already.
Yes.
So he just.
From the moment I woke up.
So you're just waiting for.
He's waiting for supervisor, and I guess he spoke to Frangione, so Frangione is on his way. Bobby just pulled up.
Sadly for the officer, the supervisor doesn't seem to be of much help, as the first words that came out of his mouth were, "Do you know who he is?" making reference yet again to the power this corrupt politician has, and that they need to tread with caution. Now with the supervisor on the scene, we'll see even more disgusting corruption, and everything, luckily, was caught on camera.
Well, Mr. Hyde, I guess you talked to Sergeant Frangione by the phone?
I did that.
Okay, he's on his way. She requested another unit, so that's what
How do you
another
give
unit.
someone a certificate, ticket for no registration when they've got their registration? She don't make us first. It's a big mistake.
Well, this one is an expired one, but
That's what making it take 2
Yeah.
seconds.
yeah.
We're going to make sure that she pays the price for being disrespectful.
All caught on camera. Candidate Martin Hyde blatantly threatens the officer in front of the supervisor and refers to "we" when saying, "We are going to make sure she pays the price for being disrespectful," referring to some contacts he might have, not to mention the complete silence on the supervisor's side when listening to such statements.
I've lived here for 25 years. I've represented your unit. I've got no interest in listening to you, young lady.
Yeah, just a second, officer. Yeah, Mr. Hyde, like I said, you know,
I've represented you guys
Yes,
in
sir.
the union discussions. My
Yeah.
son is a cop. I'm friends with
Yes, sir.
everybody in the police department. This is the first time anybody has been disrespectful to me. And for what reason? I could care less. If they didn't write me a ticket, I could care less. I just pay the bloody thing. You don't think I got the money? It's the manner and the nature of it.
As Martin said it, it would seem that all the trouble he had caused hadn't been because of the ticket itself, as he would be able to afford it easily, but due to the way in which he had been treated by the police officer.
Outrageous. Yeah. Why would you do that? Why? I mean, of all the people to do it to.
Yeah, I understand, sir.
It appears as though the infraction was actually a big deal for Martin, as he kept threatening to end the officer's career.
Let me go talk to her and see.
But it's a waste of time. She's got it in her head. I know exactly who she is. Frangione told me exactly who she is. That's fine. 7 years might not turn into rape.
Candidate Martin continues to threaten the police officer's job directly to the supervisor until the supervisor leaves the scene to wait for the sergeant's arrival.
Stay in your car. You can go to the station. Yep, go to the station. Hey, Mark. Yeah, I have to leave it on.
After the sergeants awaited arrival, the first thing that seems to concern Martin is the body cam on his vest, this being the reason for these body cams' existence in the first place, to avoid any type of corruption that might occur in these situations.
Alright, so here's the thing. She lied about the cell phone thing. She lied about the, I don't know, the speed. I could care less and give her the ticket all day long. Care less about that. And then I gave her the registration. And she, before, she's, registration. It's in the car there somewhere. She goes off, she writes me a ticket, she brings me back a citation. I said, there it is. Okay. But she still gives me it. Okay. Alright. She's being fun. And the thing is, I appreciate that. I back you guys left, right, and center.
I understand that. I do. Trust me, I do know that.
I don't expect better treatment, but I don't expect worse treatment. If that's how you treat people, that's unacceptable.
I understand your frustration.
And I can get the video and I can play it to
I'm
the
done.
mayor. I understand that, but you know, the thing is, I don't take the time. She knew exactly, because I said to her, I said, yeah, right away. I said, yeah, I straight away writing the tickets. Why?
Well, she's a traffic officer.
Yeah,
That's what we do. But I understand.
I understand this issue.
Yeah.
It's not what you do, and you know it.
Listen, she has a job to do. I'm not. Listen, I'm gonna look at the video. I understand your concerns. I'm gonna look at the video. I notified everybody in the chain of command right now. That's what I was doing. That's why I was not coming here. I thought you were gonna meet me at the station, but it's not a big deal. She's going right now to doctor video. Right now, she's going to doctor video. And if there's problems, you will be the first to know.
Well, I know the difference is, I'll do something about it.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, I'm going to take your complaint, is what I'm doing. That's the first step.
How can you write a ticket for no registration if you've got the registration? I mean, as if I got a $150,000 car. I've lived here for 25 years. I don't register a car. Why do that?
I understand this.
Well, you tell me what the point is.
It's just a state statute she enforces. She's not the only traffic officer that
runs. Give a ticket for that?
I really don't leave the office. I understand what you're saying.
I understand you have a video on there, but the fact is, nobody in their right mind would give a ticket for that to me. No.
Notice how he adds me to the end of his sentence. He doesn't want special treatment, but uses language that so obviously tells us he does. After a few more minutes of an unfruitful discussion and several more threats to the officer's job, he finally decided to leave the scene. To everyone's satisfaction, he ended up paying the given ticket. Losing that year's elections, was unmasked in front of the entire world, and had to do an apology video that makes fake too big of a word for it.
You threatened for a position. Why did you do that?
I tried to bully her. I mean, I'm not proud of it. She knew. And if you watch the video, the other cops, when they came out and said, you know who that is too. And the reason they said that isn't because I'm important, but because they know I've spent hundreds of hours working on behalf of forces for Sarasota Police Department, for its pay, for officers' discipline, to help them out. And therein lies the irony. My own son, my eldest son, is a deputy sheriff. And so this isn't a question of...
the way these snakes answer questions, it just kills me. You know, why did you push your mother down the stairs? Well, you know, I got some problems, but you see, I gave $50 billion to charity last week, and my son, you see, he's a deputy, and my daughter's a volunteer firefighter, and you know, what does that have to do with anything?
Martin Hyde disliking cops. This is a question of Martin Hyde being in a ratty mood on a Monday morning and acting in a way that he regrets. But I am sorry, and I'd like to think that I'll learn from it. I'd like to think other people might learn something from it too.
But regardless of what you think, corrupt and entitled politicians who think themselves above the law doesn't stop here. Police Chief Jonathan Hemphill had been driving when he was pulled over at a traffic stop for a tint violation and for having an unofficial police plaque in the neighboring city of Molina, Georgia on August 25th, 2022. Little did the officers who stopped him know who they were going against.
Hello, was
that illegal?
No, yeah, no, sir. The reason why we're stopping people because it's the wind tent violation.
I blinked my blue lights at you to let you know who I was.
Yes, sir. Well, we didn't know what the, that's not a government tag.
That is a unofficial tag. That tag not even on file.
I said, yeah, it's well, we have to catch up the bill.
I'll just play the rest another time.
Got time.
Oh, thank you guys so much. Thank you. What's up, Dallas? Y'all doing good? Oh, good to see y'all packed in here. Hey, Dallas. Okay, what's up? Dallas, listen, I'm back. Okay, hey, girl. All right. All right. Good to see y'all. Everybody in here good? Up in the Abe Lincoln Suite. Good to see y'all. Everybody's back. I don't understand Dallas, Texas. I don't understand. Yeah, it's one of the biggest cities in America, but you're like, who's from here? Any of y'all live in Dallas? You live in Dallas, Texas. I'm here for one day. What can I not miss in Dallas? Exactly. Okay. Yeah. Dallas is a tricky city because there's you can't just go wherever you want in Dallas. It gets nice, bad. You're driving oh, this is a nice neighborhood. You take one wrong turn and be like, have I been on a mission trip there? It's smells like flowers, smells like weed. It's just switches quick and now it just doesn't happen. It's weird. Dallas is I love coming down here. Y'all have supported me for a long time, but if you go to New York City, there's Little Italy, Chinatown, stuff like that. What if you were backpacking through China and you came across a little Dallas? Everybody's wearing a cowboy hat, all the roads are under construction. Just real authentic, you know what I'm saying? The football team can't win in the playoffs. Just come on. It was right there. It was low-hanging fruit. I had to get it. You ever have thoughts like that? That's why y'all come to the show, because comedians, we have different thoughts, Our brains just work a little different. I'll give you a perfect example. 3 weeks ago, I took a Spirit Airlines flight. I know, I don't want to brag up top, but you're like, John. Should we start that over or what? Dude? I'm in a cowboy hat just showed up to the front row. That's the most Dallas, Texas thing I've ever seen in my life. Dude. Where'd you come from, sir? You at the stockyard or something? Where are you coming from? On what? Where you came from Rockwall? The mayor or something like that? Yeah. I came from White Raw. Okay, sorry, sir. I mean, are you good? Should we keep going? I didn't mean to interrupt you. This is how a comedian's brain works. This will sum it up perfectly. I was on a Spirit Airlines flight, and there was a medical emergency. You know when they come on there, is there a doctor on board? And everybody was panicking, and I was just like, I go, there's no doctor on a Spirit Airlines flight. I go, you know where the doctors are? On Delta, okay? It was an emergency. People were panicking. They kept lowering the standards. Is there a nurse on board? I go, there's no medical professional on this flight. This ticket costs $40. We're all unemployed, okay? They just came back on a second later. Has anyone dropped out of nursing school? Has anyone seen Grey's Anatomy? This girl was like, I was a nurse for Halloween. We're like, well, get in here. My brain just works like that, different. We see the same stuff. We all see it. My brain is it's just a little bit because everybody these days is just trying to be so good. Those shoes Toms. You ever seen these people wearing these shoes Toms? We're helping. What are you doing with your?
It's like this brand of shoe where if you buy a pair, they give one to someone in need. And that's a good Christian thing to do, right? You know what I'm saying? We're thinking about others. That's how y'all brains work. My brain, I was like, I heard about these shoes, buy one, give one to someone in need. I go, what if you got to return a pair? Just white guy in a suit's got to go down to Guatemala. Sorry, buddy. We need these back. We need these back. Linda bought the wrong size heels. Sorry, we need these back. No more soccer. No more soccer. I know. It's back. And even like very spiritual, like Christian situations, I'm trying to be mature, really. I went to church with my parents 2 weekends ago, and they brought me to my mom. My mom's always like, has material for me. John, I got material for you. Mother, please. She was, look at her. John, look at her. Do a joke about this. I go, Mother. It's this lady in my parents' church that has an emotional support pet. In my parents' church has a like. I was like, hey, Mom, you can't show me that. I'm not this mature, dude. I really. How you gonna have an emotional support pet in church? You just in church. All I need is you. I was like, apparently not. If it wasn't for Rufus, he would have died on the way over here, Gina. Inside thoughts, you know what I'm saying? I keep them in. In January, I started seeing a new therapist. I only say it was January because I've been thinking about this question every day for since then. Okay, they go, you see a new therapist, they ask you a lot of questions. You know, they got a clipboard. Do you drink? Do you do drugs? Do you smoke? All these things. They got to the one section. They were like, are you attracted to men or women? And I was like, women. And they were like, so you're heterosexual? I go, yes. And then she goes, what percent? And I go, phew.
Really?
I was not prepared for this question, dude. I thought it was an all or nothing. I didn't know.
You're doing that now?
I panicked. I said 97%. She wrote it down in pen. She wrote it in pen. That's on my record for the rest of history. John Chris, 97%. What? I'm not saying 100. I was like, I follow Zac Efron on Instagram, dog. I'm not. I like his posts, dude. They come up first in my algorithm. You know what I'm saying? I can't say 100. What percent would you say, sir? 100? You 100? All right, that's confident. Rockwell, I don't want to hear your answer, sir. I already know. I've been thought about that question every day since. You know, my barber's like, you want the massage? I go, not anymore, dude, you know? I had a Banana Republic rewards card, cut that up immediately. My buddy's like, dude, you want to go to spin class? I go, I can't risk it anymore. That's why comedy's so easy these days, because everybody's acting so good. Everybody's like, but inside we're still like, you know? You ever watch the news? You're like, and then you're like, you know? Everybody's trying to act so good. Like we have our neighborhood, like, you know, the neighborhood app? You guys have those where all the neighbors like, talk to each other? Like, it's too much of the neighbors. It used to be like Randy down the street. It's like your garage is open. Now it's like Cindy selling her used breast pumps is too much. Too much of the neighbors entirely. Here's how my brain works. This woman, first of all, we have like 30 like condos in our kind of thing here, and this lady walks her cat. Like she walks her cat, which is a red flag right there. But okay. And everybody's you can kind of see everybody. And this lady puts in the neighborhood app thing. She said, I just want to announce, you guys, everybody listen up. My cat is now vegan. I was like, if I'm driving and I see that cat, I would hit that cat. On the inside. Everybody's trying to be such like I got my oil changed the other day, and they were like, you know, you had to fill out like make and model of your car, age. You had to fill out like all your information, and then right down below it said like pronoun, like your preferred pronoun. I know. I'm a comedian, and I was sitting in the oil. I got nothing to do, you know. I just circled they. I was like, I want to see what happens. I just wanted to see. I'm trying to learn. No, they brought me my car back. The radio was turned to NPR, and they said all my car's problems were my parents' fault. So, no, don't laugh at that. Do not support that joke. I just came up with that yesterday. I was like, I'm not going to put this in the special. I was like, I'll give it a shot. Aren't we all like that? Like we're all trying to be like forwardly facing, like so we understand progress, but then you know, like we're losing all the mascots to the sports teams. You know, we lost the Redskins. You know, we lost the Redskins. Yeah, this year we lost the Indians. We lost the Indians. What's the Indians' new mascot? Does anybody know? The Guardians. Cleveland Guardians? Y'all know what a guardian is? A guy that says be home by 10 p.m. and you go, shut up, you're not my real dad.
This guy's hilarious. I'm gonna see real quick because I see an option where I can do like filters. So maybe I can like fix it, make it not so pale without messing it up. It's just really hard because my camera holder thingy is right over that part of the screen. I try to use my little pinky, but my nails are long. Okay. Oh, I don't know if that helps. No, I don't think any of these. That's cute. Never mind. Sorry. I just thought I would try it because I was thinking of what Chris said about not making it so pale. Anyway.
Who are y'all playing? The Cincinnati Stepdads? Who are y'all playing? The Guardians? Don't be scared of that. You know what I'm saying? No, if you ever watch baseball, they hit a home run, there's no one in the stadium. There's no one in there because no one cares about baseball. I'm saying spice it up, you know? The Rangers? No one's scared of the Rangers. You know what a Ranger is? The guy says, when you're done camping, throw away your trash. That's it. You're not scared of it. I'm just saying spice up the names. You know what I'm saying? If you were watching a baseball game tomorrow and you're like, tonight's rubber match is the Miami Cubans versus the Texas Border Patrol agents. Don't tell me you wouldn't watch the Virginia Vegans play the St. Louis Slaughterhouse employees. This is incredible. I have these thoughts on the inside, though, you know? And I just try to deal. Everybody's just trying to make their way in life. And my family, they're the inspiration of all my comedy, really. Make some noise if you got a crazy family. Anybody got a crazy family? I'm just kidding. My family's crazy. We got so I'm one of 8 kids. Everybody's married except for me. Okay, girl, me and my brother. We're the only ones not married. Okay, so that means there's 16 adults in the family group text, okay? Let me just describe it like we got a social worker from Chicago, we got a police officer from Alabama, we got a pastor from Boston, and an Instagram influencer from LA, okay? Easiest way to describe it is my sister goes to women's marches, my dad stormed the Capitol, okay? So then... I didn't choose a side. I'm just saying everybody's in there. Everybody, and everybody's like they don't want to like offend anybody else. They're like, I'm a comedian. I don't work during the day. I chum the waters. I got nothing to do, you know. I'm bored. My sister's like, we're pregnant. Guess the gender. I'm like, you should let them decide. Spice it up in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm bored. You know. And we got the extended family group text too. That's the big one, you know. My uncle was like, right before Thanksgiving, the Monday of Thanksgiving, my uncle put in the family group text a video of a turkey, like a moving around turkey bird. And he goes, I don't know how to describe it, I'm not a farmer, but he was like, a video, he's like, this is Teddy the turkey. This is what we're going to be eating on Thursday. I cleared my schedule. I was like, I will be in the family group text today. It was unbelievable. My sister was like, what? Was it cage free? Could it run around? Did it have a fun life? My uncle was like, what gun did he use to kill it? You know? I just hopped in there. I was like, the election was rigged! Get in there. Spice it up, bro. Make some jokes. You guys are all from Texas, probably pretty conservative people. Does anyone have like the one like extremist conservative in your family? They're like, you know, we had like during COVID, we lost them. They're like, "Ah!" You know what I'm saying? It's always an uncle. It's at family reunion. He's like, John, come here. He's always whispering, John, come over here. John, come here. What? Did you get the vaccine? What? I heard it's laced with Hillary's blood. He's always whispering to you. He's always like in the outskirts of the family. He's not like involved in the. He's like he's like, John, come here. What are we doing, Uncle Randy? Get over here. Why are we behind the bushes? Get over here. Did you hear about the conspiracy? What now? Think about it. Jill Biden's shoe size 6. Barack Obama's dog age 6. CNN spelled twice. 6. Okay.
Well, that's true. That's true, though.
Down a notch, okay? I love my family.
Same with Fox. FOX 666. But it's still funny. I'm just saying.
They're amazing. My mom, she's very Christian. Well, she always has a feeling. You know these Christian moms? They always have a feeling. I got a feeling, John.
Yeah.
I have a feeling. What, mother? Every time I bring a girl over in high school, I don't like her. I have a feeling. Did you talk to her? Don't need to. Have a feeling. She has a tattoo. Yeah, it's a Bible verse. It's the mark of the beast. Every time, there's no kids in the house. But my mom, all she does is she watches reality TV shows, and then she Googles who's Christian. You ever done that? You look up who's Christian. Yeah, and then we got to follow them. My mom's like, John, come here, sit down. John, sit down, please. John, sit down. Look, Samantha, we're cheering for her. Samantha, she's Christian. I was like, well, she's drunk in a hot tub. So I don't think the fantasy suite's for memorizing scriptures, but my family's wild. Like, they was sitting at the kids' table. Every time I go home, I'm at the kids' table. Like, John, kids' table. And I was like, sometimes I don't understand why, but sometimes I'm like, I think I get it, you know? Because I just stir it up. I got nothing to do. I just, like, stir it up. My nephew, we're at the kids' table. My nephew hit my niece, okay? My niece started crying. My nephew looks at her. He was panicked. He goes, don't tell mom and dad. My niece said, I'll forgive you for $3. I went right to the parents and go, y'all raising these kids Catholic now? Oh, got him, baby. Don't explain it. Do not explain it. Do not explain it. She doesn't get that joke. Let her go. I got a joke for every denomination. Don't worry. I'll get you before we get out of here. You guys go to church? Church or no? What denomination? Oh, not for the non-denominational. We're non. We're different. Our pastor drives a Tesla. Non-denominational. Good to see y'all. Are y'all religious or no? Southern Baptist. All right, I figured that down. Yeah. A lot of y'all in here. Okay. Any Jehovah's Witnesses? Come on, you guys, be mature. I don't have an. Okay, I just have one Jehovah's Witness joke. I just have one. It's very quick. Just one Jehovah's. It's not just all right. One Jehovah's Witness joke. You guys ready? Knock, knock. All right, we're done. All right, moving on. I don't know. This is. I like it, but in my house. For the big family group text in my house is nuts. There's so much inspiration in there. And y'all got to get in here. It's fun. Just gas it up in there, you know? Like everything in the group text now is just, I love the group text. It's just inspiration in my whole show. Everything's about spanking. Everything's about spanking in the group text. Because now we didn't get, make some noise if you got spanked. Make some noise if you got spanked. We all got spanked. Now all my brothers and sisters have little kids. They're bad kids, okay? They're bad. A terrible kid. No one hits them anymore. Like no one spanks the kids. We are trying something different, John. Emotionally sensitive parenting. Listen, my nephew broke a crayon at a restaurant, just complete meltdown, just scream, and no one's hitting this kid. Just like, tell us your truth. Tell us your truth. My sister's calling her therapist. What should I do? What should I do? My other sister's rubbing crystals together. Trying to manifest no tears. She's quoting Brene Brown. Vulnerability! Vulnerability! My sister doesn't believe in physically looking down on her kids. She doesn't believe because that's judgmental. We are in a Chili's. She's on the ground in a Chili's. Please, what do you need? I'll help you. Anything. You are loved. You are valuable. Tell us you're safe. Feelings are hard. I'm sitting there like, dude, I will hit a child, bro. I will hit a child. Dude, I will hit your child, bro. You see me in a restaurant, your kid's acting up, wink at me, go to the bathroom, I will hit your child. We tried it, okay? We tried not spanking. It didn't work, okay? We gave it a shot. Like, we don't spank our kids. Well, now he's 26 and growing sunflowers out of his trunk and he's on unemployment. What happened? My son does not eat that. My son does not white. You ever say that? Dude, I didn't eat Brussels sprouts. I stayed at the dinner table until morning, dude. It was the Cold War in my house, dude. And now they say, my son, just defend. Listen, I'm sorry, you sending your kids off for these teachers to watch your terrible kids for 8 hours a day. The least you could do is defend the teachers when they say your kid is terrible. Skylar would never. He would. He's terrible. If my dad ever found out about me disrupt, he would come up to the school, beat me in front of the class, say, I'm going to lunch. If he does it again, y'all hit him. Bro, we got spanked in groups growing up, dude. Remember, I was asleep one night. Asleep, dude. I got woken up to be spanked. Wake up, we're being spanked. All of us, oldest to youngest. No explanation. Tell us your truth. Tell us. My brother farted in church. I laughed. I got spanked. Why am I being spanked? Snitches get switches. What? Every single one of y'all in here had to go out in the backyard and choose a switch. For years, so we had to choose our own weapon, dude. We grew up in Mortal Kombat. Remember driving home and making noise in the back seat when your parents were driving, dude? They didn't even look around. They just, any skin they could reach. This kid not even in our family, dog. He is today. If he wants to ride home, he's in our family. And then they got to the stoplight, took off their belts so they could reach more kids. And we grew up fine. Look at us. We got expendable income, got jobs, got a babysitter. You're doing great. You're doing great. Because kids these days, like every kid in my family, very Christian family, every kid is a name from the Bible. Everyone has a Bible name in our family. Anybody got a Bible name up here in the front? What you got, man? Samuel, what did he do? You don't know. Uh-oh. Didn't listen, I'll tell you that. Anybody else got one? What you got, man? Mary. Mary? Okay. Thanks for coming. I got nothing for that. My name's John. I asked this is a true story. I asked my mom, but why'd you name me John? They said, we named you after John the Baptist. I go, me? I don't think I'm doing a very good job. John the Baptist, dude, this man baptized Christ, was martyred for his faith. I used to coupon at Wendy's yesterday. Like, just stop naming your kids Bible names. It's not helping. It's not lying. My nephew is named Malachi. His name is Malachi. Malachi in the Bible, this man was a warrior, prophet, strong. My nephew Malachi, extreme peanut allergy, dude. The Malachi in the Bible said hunted for his own food. This kid wears a teething necklace. No, my sister be like always reading about Malachi, reading the story about one day when you get to heaven, you're going to meet the real Malachi. The real Malachi is going to be embarrassed. You're bad for the brand, dude, you know? Kids are naming the kids Bible names. They're not even good kids. You've seen these? Here's our son Paul. I've seen that kid. That's Saul. Dude, that's a bad... The name should line up. That's all I'm saying. The name should line up. I got a buddy named Caleb. His name is Caleb. Just like, I know. It's like Caleb in the Bible, his man was a warrior, led the children of Israel into battle, took the land of milk and honey. My buddy Caleb, allergic to milk and honey. Just listen. Please, like, read the Bible for like inspiration, encouragement. Let it guide your life, absolutely. But don't compare yourself to the people in the Bible, because we're not like them, okay? It's different, okay? My sister was like, John, you would not believe this. I went to Starbucks the other day and my order was wrong and I didn't realize it until I got to the office. And now I just know, I understand what Job was going through. Stop putting Bible verses on your Instagram. It's disrespectful. My sister's like, fear not, for I'm with you wherever you go. I'm like, you're on the way to get lip fillers, dude. I don't think that's what the Lord meant. Just, it's different than the people in the Bible versus us. Like my sister, God bless her, she just bought a new home. She did a new custom-built home with her husband, winding staircase, chandelier, beautiful, gorgeous home. You know what I'm saying? We took a tour, all of us, the family together. She has a letterboard in her kitchen. In her kitchen is a letterboard that says, we've been persecuted but not abandoned, struck down but not destroyed. I don't think this is what Paul meant when he was shackled in prison. This man was chained to the floor. He just served me avocado toast. Okay, it's a little... I don't think the book of Galatians was like, dearest oppressed white women from the suburbs. Consider it pure joy when the bull chairs aren't delivered by July 4th. I don't think persecution meant being yelled at by your Orange Theory instructor, but like Christians be doing too much. We speak our own language. I'll prove it to you. Where's the Southern Baptist guy? Where's you? All right, Christian to Christian. Let me ask you, sir. Christian to Christian. If I said I'm gonna lay hands on you, Christian to Christian, what does that mean? Pray. We're gonna pray. Okay. Now, if you're in downtown Dallas after the show. It's dark. Someone comes up behind me and says, I'm going to lay hands on you. What does that mean? That's a fight, dude. Same word. Opposite meaning. Y'all Christians, you got to know where you're at. So we just speaking things. We don't know what. It's out of context. We get it. Other people don't get it. I saw this girl, her Instagram profile, her bio said, taste and see that he is good. I was like, is this a Bible verse or a Cardi B lyric? What is this? You gotta put it in. You ever having your non-Christian friends? You ever like go and hang out with them and you bring one of your Christian friends? You ever done that? In the car ride over, you gotta warn them, you gotta prep them. Hey, don't say anything weird, okay? Don't say God opened a door, okay? Don't say God spoke to you. Don't say any of that, okay? Don't say you're in a season. White women love seasons. White women, I'm in a season. Oh, I am in a season right now. I am in a season of unemployment. You did cocaine in the Taco Bell drive-thru, okay? Christians are weird. Oh, we're weird. You ever had someone ask you to pray for something so stupid, you're just like, I ain't praying for that. Yeah, some things you cannot pray for. My buddy's like, dude, can you pray for me? I was like, yeah, absolutely. What's going on? He goes, I got a drug test tomorrow. I need to pass it. I go, nah, I'm not praying for that. I'm not praying. Some things you cannot pray for. Remember my nephew, Malachi? Remember him? Remember that kid? My sister put in the family group text, she goes, pray for Malachi, he's having a tough day. And everybody in the group text is like, praying for Mally, we love him, supportive, praying hands, lifting him up. All I said was, I go, what's going on? And she texted me directly. You know how they backdoor text you? Yeah. She came around back. She goes, what do you mean? I go, what happened? She goes, he has tendonitis in his thumbs from holding the iPad. I go, I'm not praying for that, dude. I'm not putting that up to the God of the universe with my name on it. Just widows, orphans, missionaries. Allie wants to watch Paw Patrol. No. Some of the stuff y'all sending up, it's disrespectful. There was a hurricane, there was a tornado in Nashville, came through Nashville, and there was like all this destruction, and then people were like, praise report, my house was missed. Praise report that our house was, what do you think, God's up there with a joystick? The Jacksons, do they pray for hedge of protection? No, let's get up! he's a claw at the fair. I know, I'm sorry. You see it, just start paying attention. They pray before NASCAR races. You know that they pray. What? What's the prayer? Jesus. We have engineered these cars to go 250 miles per hour. We will race them for 6 hours, 3 inches from each other. We just pray that you would help us not to die. God's like, yeah, just don't race, you know? Amen. Start your engine. I was watching an MMA fight, and the guy said, I just want to thank God for helping me win this fight. I go, what? What did you pray, sir? Jesus, I know everyone is created in your image, but tonight in front of 60,000 people, I'm attempting to kill a man. If you allow me to make him unconscious, I will tell Joe Rogan I thanked you. I see all kinds of stuff. You're going to start seeing it. I ain't praying for that. You're going to start seeing it. There was a group of like Christian hikers. It was like this thing on Facebook. It was like these bunch of Christian hikers. What is a Christian hiker? Like there's a hiker is not non-Christian. We don't need a Christian version of it. It's like lighten to my path, hiking, whatever. Like there was like 12 guys that decided. Of course, it was 12. But it's like these 12 guys decided to climb Mount Everest. Okay, the Christian hikers, they got to the top, and everybody's like, it's a miracle. And then there was a storm, and they couldn't get down, and it was going around Facebook, pray for the hikers, pray for the hikers, pray for the hiker. I just put a thumbs down. I go, no. Imagine God getting those prayer requests. Again, he's up there, widows, orphans, missionaries, disease, war. He goes, what? Paul, what is it? Where are they? I don't even want y'all up there. You should have prayed for wisdom when you were back at the house. It's tricky, but prayer is powerful. We all know that. We all live by the power of prayer. Absolutely. A guy in the airport, I was in the airport, New York, LaGuardia Airport. A guy asked me, he recognized me. He goes, hey man, John Chris? I go, yeah. He goes, can I pray for you? I go, okay. What do you want to do? You want to do right here? You want to just in front of everybody? I go, what denomination are you? We doing close eyes, hands out? What are we doing? Just Pentecostal? How are we doing that? Real quick, tongues or no tongues? I just got to ask. You got to know, like, what do we do? Like, prayer is tricky like that. Because I'm not going to turn down a petition to the Lord on my behalf. I need prayer. I got struggles, you know? But I didn't know what to do posture-wise. That's why it's tricky. What would you, if I said, can I pray for you posture-wise, what would you do? You be cool? Can I get some new people up here in the front? You raise your hand for that, sir? That's what you wanted to contribute to the show? What would you do, sir? If I said, can I pray for you, what would you do posture-wise? It's tricky, right? You don't know. Would you accept the prayer or no?
Yep.
You would take it. What would you do, sir?
He's a pilot.
He's a pilot? Did I ask you, lady? Would you accept the prayer? He's a pilot. How does that work? You see all these cameras around here? You see all these cameras? You're like, I'm gonna be involved in this show. I will find a way to be involved. You're saying just he's at the airport is what you're saying. I get that. I respect that. Yeah. So what does he want to answer or no? Do you want to? What are you gonna do? You're gonna bow your head. Okay. Eyes open or closed? Oh, so you just. Everybody's got a different move. I respect it. Everybody grew up different. Hands out or no? Hands up. Folded. Okay, you're just gonna British Parliament. I respect that. Everybody's their own move. What'd you do, sir? What you gonna do? Hand on my shoulder? I'm 97%, dude. You know what? I was not expecting that. All right. Yeah. Fellas, if you ever get asked to pray, the easiest way to get out of that prayer is just put your arm around his waist. That's it. Can I pray for you? Absolutely. One hand. You're just going to go one hand on the shoulder. I like that. Everybody's there. It's tricky out there in the airport, isn't it? I feel like I just got to stay on my phone. Don't you? Every time you're out in public, I just stay. It's like a pacifier for adults. I keep it right here. Hey, your phone died or lost it and you have to look around at your reality? It's horrible. You're just sitting aboard the person who lost their shoes. Who is losing their shoes? I was jogging the other day listening to a podcast, just kind of in the podcast world. I was kind of living in that world. My podcast, my phone died. I looked around. I was like, should I run in front of a bus? Why am I out here? If I listen, pull out your phone. My mom, she's one of those people like, John, hang up and hang out. John, hang up and hang out. John. John, be present. I'm like, mother, be more exciting. Okay? That thing is a gift. Bring it out. Get on your phone at all times. Okay? That's my message. Beat the kids. Stay on the phone. Okay? I need that thing at all times, just right here. You know what I'm saying? I was at the like if I'm in an elevator with you, it's me and you in an elevator together alone. Pull it out, look at it, do something. Don't just stand there like this guy receiving a prayer. Get on your phone. What are we doing? I was at like a CVS. I was at CVS. I was 10 people deep in the line at CVS. The guy in front of me was not on his phone, just standing there. I called the police. I was like, say something, sir. What's going on here? Get on your phone. I was at a red light the other day. At a red light, looked over the lady next to me. She was just watching the light. Just looking for colors to change like a kindergartner. I rolled down my window. I was like, hey, get on your phone. We're wasting time. It's a red light. Get on it. They'll honk when it's our turn to go. Get on it. And don't be one of those phone conspiracy people. You know these people? Oh, my mother, John, the phones. They're listening to us. Everywhere you go, they're tracking us. I have an Alexa in my house. My mother wouldn't even come over. I'm not coming over. They're like, take out the batteries. Take out the batteries. Put it outside. They're listening. What? Mother? My mother, she's like, John, on Facebook, they've tracked us. The Russians. The Russians have hacked your Facebook? What are they going to find in there? Some Rachel Ray recipes? What? You think they're over there hacking the mainframe of the Pentagon? We have access to Ann Christ Instagram. She does use cinnamon sugar on the apple pie recipes. Nothing in there. And my mom texted me. She goes, change your email password, John. Change it immediately. There's been a breach, a security breach. I was like, mother, okay, first of all, you just put your email address down at the mall to win a free pretzel, okay? So let's slow down with the integrity of your Hotmail account, mother. I need the government tracking me. I had an eaten all day the other day. I was driving, they were like, Chick-fil-A a mile ahead. I turned right in. I go, thank you, government, Because I'm not like the people in Texas. I don't have skills. I got no manly skills. I don't know how to do anything. Here, like, I'm gonna ask the women. Because the women, no. They want. Does your husband, does he know how to do, like, manly stuff at the house? Like what? Smoke meat? Wow, that's the most Texas answer I've ever heard.
I love how everyone in the crowd is like, shoot, dang that, dang up.
I've heard a lot of answers. I'd never heard that one. Smoke meat here. You guys are like, I was going to make fun of it. And you guys are like, that makes sense. I was like, all right. I don't know how to do nothing. Here's how much not of a man I am. I went to Home Depot and my credit card got flagged for fraud prevention. I got a text from Visa. We're like, are you sure you're in a Home Depot? And Hobby Lobby was like, your rewards points are expiring. My therapist texted. She's like, let's go 96% just to be safe. I just don't have any manly skill. I'll prove it to you. If you're here on Girls Night, just the girls. You came with the girls to this show, make some noise. Anybody here on Girls Night? Beautiful. I love it. If you're here on Guys' Night, make some noise. Not once has a group of dudes ever been like, let's go see John Chris. They wouldn't skip, probably. That's probably why. You'll notice that women are always trying to get away. They're always trying to get away, aren't they? Women, y'all, where are y'all going? You're always trying to, we need a night, we need a trip, we need a weekend. Where are y'all going? We've had a tough week. It's Tuesday. What's going on at the house? Women love getting away. Fellas, have you ever wanted to get away? Fellas, never. My buddy's like, John, you want to go on a men's only camping trip? I was like, no. Fellas, everything men only is horrible. They drag me to this camp. It was freezing, okay? There's no women there. There's no pillowcases, no sheets. It was just no food, no bowls, nothing. It was just like, but women, you can't even say the word women's retreat and it's already sold out. Just women's retreat sold out. They don't care who's going, what the itinerary is. We deserve it. We gotta go. There's been a men's retreat on sale at your church for a year and a half, okay? 4 guys are going. They work at the church. Stop sending us to the men's retreats, okay? That's why, man, I think men have a hard time becoming a Christian. I really do, because we read the Bible now. Like this guy read the Bible, because everything in the Bible is about like farming. Like Jesus was always talking about parables, farming, agriculture. You're like, yeah. If I was in the Bible times, I would be asking questions. It was like Sermon on the Mount. Jesus is like, you need faith the size of a mustard seed. I'd be like, yo, how big is that? I'm not a farmer. I didn't even know it was a seed. I thought it came in a bottle. I didn't even know it had a seed. I was reading the fruits of the Spirit the other day. It said, can you get grapes from thorns or figs from thistles? I was like, oh. You got me on this one, Jesus. This is a riddle. I don't know. You gotta switch up the whole Bible now, because men are weak. Just, I'm the vine, you are the branches. What? Switch it up. I am the iPhone, you are the charger. Oh! I get this. You know what I'm saying? You have to change up the whole Bible, because men these days were like, Jesus is like, I am the bread of life. We're like, we're gluten-free. You trying to kill us? These days it's so easy to become a comedian, because all you have to do, like back in the day, if you want to say something offensive, you had to go way over here, like, that was across the line. Now all you have to do is be like, boop, and like, I told a joke about essential oils the other day. That's serious. This lady was waiting by the tour bus. She was waiting. I go, what, lady? She goes, I heard your joke. I heard your joke about essential oils, and I am offended. I was like, isn't there an oil for being offended? Eucalyptus. I can say that. I already been canceled. I can say the truth now. You know what I'm saying? I can say that. You're going to hear the truth tonight. You know what I'm saying? Being canceled is like getting COVID. You know, you're scared of it. Then you get it, you know, symptoms are kind of mild. A week later, you're back in the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm a comedian. I got the canceled antibodies now, baby. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. You do a joke about it. There's not bad jokes these days. It's just bad audiences, and that's the key. There's a lot of different audiences. No, I'm saying do a joke. Like you tell a joke with your buddies in the group text. It's hilarious. You tell your wife you're sleeping on the couch. You know what I'm saying? Do a joke on Snapchat, hilarious. Put it on Facebook, cancel. You know, it's like you do a joke about a kid with a gluten allergy. Do that joke down in Alabama. They're like, yeah, we get it. They're shooting off guns. You do the same joke in Portland. The next night, they're picketing the show. Justice for Connor. Justice. What happened? Everybody's very upset on the internet. Everybody's very upset, but in real life, we're still us. We're still, you know what I'm saying? Publicly, we have to be like, But the way people spend their money never lines up with the offense that you see on the internet. You know the fastest growing fast food chain in America? Does anybody know? Chick-fil-A. Yeah. You remember like 3 years ago when they said all that like homophobic stuff or whatever? Everybody's very upset. Not Christians, but like most other people, you know. Everybody was like, we will never support. There's marches. We won't support Chick-fil-A ever again. And they took one bite of that sandwich. They go, let's hear them out. Let's hear them out. That's a pretty good sandwich, bro. There'd be a pride parade down Main Street. They pull into Chick-fil-A, order a number one, and keep going. That's how good that sandwich is. People be on the internet, but not in real life. Not in real life, it never adds up. Remember United Airlines? They drugged that guy off that flight. Remember that Middle Eastern guy? Everybody was like, we will now support. We will not support United racist airlines. And then they were like, $99 direct to Denver. We're like, we didn't see the whole video. I want to go on spring break. I think he instigated it. It's something new every week. Remember with the Target, with the gender bathrooms? Ladies, remember that? Y'all were united. We will never support Target again. They were like, Joanna Gaines, new line of throw pillows. Let's get in there. Let's see what they got going on. Everybody's mad on the internet, but not in real life. You know what I'm saying? I was eating dinner the other day. I was on the road. I was by myself. This lady came up to my table. She goes, is that the Alaskan salmon? Is that the Alaskan salmon? Do you have any idea of the nets that they've used to catch the salmon? I read a blog. I go, man, no offense, but we're at Applebee's right now. This Alaskan salmon costs $7. I'm assuming they cut some corners, okay? I don't care if these fish died in an oil spill. They taste delicious. We're all like this. Everyone's like, that's why COVID was so scary, because everyone was isolated and they were all alone and people kept giving you messages and you're like, oh, that doesn't seem right, but you couldn't get with other people. We're like, this guy's crazy. You know what I'm saying? There's something new like that. The flag is at half mast like every other day now. It's hard to keep track. Remember back in the day, it was like Memorial Day, 9/11, Pearl Harbor. The other day, it was like half mast. I was like, what is it today? I had to look it up. It was like a turtle got a straw in its eye. Like, good Lord. Like Nancy Pelosi has the sniffles. Okay. I knew that joke was going to work in Texas. That felt a little bit like a rally or something. I was like, yeah, and you guys are like, yeah. Keep telling jokes, though. It's good for you. No, it's good for you. Yeah, you got to. Got to tell jokes. One of the most sensitive topics these days, obviously, racism. Racism, very sensitive topic. Well, see how quiet I got in here? White people, we're nervous, aren't we? We're nervous, white people. We don't have any solutions. We're just out here guessing. They're like, we canceled Aunt Jemima. Black people are like, that's my aunt. Now she's unemployed. Shoot. We don't know what to do. White people's solutions to racism is one of the funniest things I've seen in the last. We don't know what to do. We're like, I don't know. We'll just make Jake from State Farm black. I guess. Will that solve it? I don't know. Oh, we're not going to talk about that. They just switched it in the middle of the night. No announcement or press conference or nothing. We just all watching the game like, I think he used to be white. And nobody said a word. He's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? And they didn't switch his name or nothing. They didn't switch his name, just Jake. Jake? I never met a black guy named Jake before. It couldn't be Jarvis from State Farm? What? Hold on, what? Your name is Jake? Shut up, your name is not Jake. I don't even know what to say. I could have just gone with that. Sir, he's just going to let me like, I'm not letting him get away with this one. Enough is enough. Your name's not Jake. Is it really Jake? Are you what nationality are you? No, whoa. Okay. Hey, cut this part from the video. Your name's Jacob or just Jake? Your name is Jake, and you're black. Just when I was uncanceled, back to rehab. I was this close. Oh my. This threw me off a little bit, honestly. Oh my. Yeah, I was getting into that. I was like, what's that commotion over there? What's your name, sir? Chris? If there's more than 2 black people in here, I can ask some more, but there's not. White people trying to solve racism is funny, though, isn't it? It's just white people out there. You know where the most violent Black Lives Matter protests are? You know what city the most violent Black Lives Matter protest? Anybody know? Portland. You know where no black people live? Portland, shut up. Everyone from Portland. I wish everyone from Portland would just be cut off and just into the water. Just into the... It's not helping. Just everybody like, we will speak on behalf of black people in our Subarus and soy milk lattes. I don't know. Y'all see these things. You're like, this is so silly. But we're all trying to be like understanding. We're like, well, I don't know. You know, come down to Nashville, dude. The white people trying to solve racism in country music. Nothing better, dude. There's no better comedy than white people in country music trying to solve racism. Like, you know, like they're trying to change their band names. Like, oh, where was this solution during the Civil War? Why didn't we think about grammar earlier? Like Lady Antebellum, they changed their name. You know what their new name is? Thanks for your bravery and courage, you guys. That should solve it. Not one black person knows who Lady Antebellum is. Maybe Darius Rucker, maybe. Like, can you imagine the arrogance of like 3 white people in skinny jeans and cowboy hats walk into press? We have a solution to racism. We are going to change our name from Lady Antebellum to Lady A. Somebody's like, what's the A stand for? I go, it's still Antebellum. Still stands for racism. We just shortened it up, just abbreviated the racism. And it's really, you gotta laugh. There's no other way. And other country, I thought that was so silly. Other country bands followed suit. You know the Dixie Chicks, they changed their name. What's their name now? The Chicks. Oh, thanks guys for standing up for what's right. What about that one song where you advocate killing your husband and then burying him in a tarp in the backyard? Keep that one because it makes you money. Keep that one, but okay, yeah, okay, shut up. And here's how my brain works. You know, I'm a comedian. I was like, man, we got to keep going with this. You know, I want to see more country bands change their names, you know? I'm nervous about this bit a little bit, honestly. I was like, yeah, and you guys are like, oh, and I was like, I'm not sure either now. This bit is like the spikes at the rental car place. My first 2 wheels are kind of already processed, so I can't really go back, but... I'm just saying, like, think about it. I was like, Keith Urban? That man lives on a farm. Okay, that is cultural appropriation. Somebody needs to talk to Clint Black, I'll tell you that. That's Clint African American, okay? We need to get that switched up. Somebody needs to talk to Uncle Cracker immediately. Shoot, I'm surprised George Strait hasn't been canceled at this point. Dallas, Texas, you guys have been fantastic.
Oh wow, that was fast. Alrighty then. I play just a little bit more and then I'm gonna go to sleep.
It's like, you and sisters in Christ, it's my very last day on holiday in Cornwall, and I met this amazing man called Lindsay. Lindsay, give us one message you'd like to share with the world.
Oh, that Jesus is the saviour of the world. That there is only one answer. You know, you look at all the problems, but the solution. People leave the solution out. It really is getting our lives right with Jesus, allowing Jesus to come into our hearts and accepting forgiveness of sins because of the cross, because of what Jesus did for us. So that's my message: is that people can really experience the love that they're looking for, the Holy Spirit. We just prayed just now, felt the presence of God, you know, and He's that same love that He has for us. He has for everybody who's watching this. It's this amazing love. Sometimes it's hard for us to, we don't always feel it, but the statement of Jesus, for God so loved the world, that's the kind of base my whole life on. God so loved the world, okay, the fat,
Amen.
The big, the fat, the small, whatever, He loves them all.
And I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. But how many miles do you think you've walked with that cross?
Thousands, you know, about 6,000 maybe, I don't know. I walked to Moscow once.
Wow.
Did London to Berlin one year, then Berlin to Moscow, and then Berlin to Paris. And then I started going to some places like India and Albania, Bulgaria, Sri Lanka, Nepal. You know, just sort of kept on going, a bit like Forrest Gump in the film. You know, just kept on walking. But it was just a joy, and seeing Jesus working when you can't even speak the language.
Amen. Yeah.
You know, and people, God would sometimes provide. I think there were angels to come and translate for me sometimes. You know. But just seeing the power of God touching the hearts of just ordinary people, you know.
And do you meet many people who want to find Jesus all around the world?
Yeah, that's it. I often feel when you carry the cross, it's like a red carpet being rolled out before you. It's like, you know, God has got people for you to meet. And it might be that just in a day, that maybe there's 2 people that they were the people for that day, you know. Maybe there's more, maybe the Spirit moves, you know. Sometimes in Asia, you know, it's almost like biblical. I remember in Russia once, it's like the Spirit fell. That's the only way I could describe it. It's the nearest thing to revival that I've ever experienced, you know. And so, yeah, there are people out there. There's also lots of people that reject. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah.
The trick is keeping going. No, thank you. No, I'm good, thank you, you know. But you've got to just keep going, just keep loving them. Not get angry, you know, it's the devil that's blinded their eyes, you know. And just keep going until you find maybe the 9 rejections, but the 10th.
Exactly, yeah.
Says yes, you know what I mean?
That's right, yeah.
And then I've had times when I've cried. I remember in Australia once, I was saying it's really funny. This guy says, what are you carrying a cross for, mate? I'm the best Australian accent. And I said, I love Jesus. Do you know Jesus? No. I said, do you want to know Jesus? Yeah. I said, well, pray this prayer for me. And he prayed the prayer really sincerely. And I said, why is it that you can't pray so quickly? That was a bit quick. That was sort of 15 seconds flat. So we all got these guys at work now, we're born again Christians. They're all talking to me about Jesus. And it was just like Billy Graham used to give that challenge.
Exactly, yeah.
Get out your seat. Come on down. Give your heart to Jesus.
Just one step away from Jesus.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and we're asking you today, maybe you're watching this right now, are you one step away from Jesus, the Son of God, hung on that cross 2,000 years ago? He shed his blood so you could be forgiven. And that's a simple question. Have you been forgiven? Have you come to Jesus? And if you are a Christian, are you like Lindsay? Are you taking up your cross? What is your cross that you need to carry for the Lord Jesus Christ? Because we've all got this glorious message. Let's get it out there that sinners can be saved through the blood of the Lord Jesus Christ. Lindsay, this is the best way to spend my holiday. I'm so blessed to meet you, my friend.
Joy to the world, eh?
How can we find you, Lindsay, if we want to find you on the internet? Are you on there at all?
Yeah, I've got a website. I'm no good really with a website. I can't, you know, I think Jesus would have got a bit fed up of doing web.
Yeah, you're probably right, yeah.
But yeah, Lindsay Hayman, LINDSAYHAMON, lindsayhayman.com. And it's just, you know, when I get to it, I put some stuff on there, but it's a bit of, you know, I should do it really. Should get
no. What you're doing is the best thing ever. That's it. Christ came in flesh and blood, not digitally. Yeah, that's great. That's great, Lindsay. Thank you so much for your time.
I don't think the subtitle spelled his website correctly. Can't see if it's HAMON. Yeah. And this is the channel That's Truth. I'm sorry, That's Life, but not as we know it.
bitterness and curses, and in their past, nothing but ruin and misery, and the fear of God is not before their eyes. They have taken the thoughts and minds of our people. They have recruited the rich and the powerful, and they have blinded us to the truth. Our human spirit is corrupt. Why do we worship greed? Because outside the limit of our perched on top of it from birth to death are our owners. Our owners, they have us. They control us. They are our masters. Wake up. You're all of us. All of us.
I thought you boys understood. It's business. That's all it is. You still don't get it, do you boys? There ain't no countries anymore. No more good guys. They're running the whole show. They own everything, the whole goddamn planet. They can do whatever they want. What's wrong with having a good for a change? And they're gonna let us have a bit. We just they're gonna leave us alone. Let's make some money. You can build a place like a life too. I know you want it. Hell, everybody does. Do it to your own kind. What's the threat? We almost sell out every day.
WrestleMania 3, there was, I think it's still the indoor record in America anyway, 93,000 people. And since I was like 15, they just had me in cars and airplanes, and I never heard of John Carpenter. I didn't know who he was, you know. I still watch Leave It to Beaver, you know. They wanted dinner after WrestleMania 3. It was just as simple as pass the rolls, you want some butter, you want to be in my next movie, sure, can I have some more champagne? And then I found out who he was. Oh man, you know, I didn't give him much respect, I didn't think, but he was really nice about it. And then we started talking creatively about it, but that was the first moment that I'd been with him. He well.
That's a huge deal to suddenly jump into the starring role of a film. You know, how do you feel about that?
It didn't bother me at all, with you, because I didn't know what I was getting into. Well, if I hadn't had these two folks, it would have been a lot harder. You know, they didn't like me. Vince McMahon got really angry at me for leaving the WWE, EFG, whatever it is. And he said to me, I'll have you another movie in 4 weeks if you don't take it. And I said, because now I know who is not with John Carpenter directing anymore. And then he sent me a message. He said to my lawyer, you tell Piper that Hogan and I are the only true blue WWFers. And that's what started the heat between us. And then when I come to Hollywood, because like I needed to take it serious, acting is so difficult. And like these people, what they put into their art to get it, and I was perceived as just another job coming in. So Hollywood didn't like me. I got used to not being liked a lot, you know. But I was the main event for a long time by that time. And so being put in a high pressure situation, I didn't even think about that part of it. But then they got rid of it. I don't want to get in myself. Got rid of it.
I remember talking to Sandy, who was the producer. And when, you know, two things happened. the New York Times had posted a picture of Roddy Piper and my name. So it took about 2 weeks for them to apologize for that. The movie came out, and it was right on the cusp of DVDs. You know, before things went straight to DVD. It was right around the time that was beginning to happen. It was number one in the movie in the country for 2 weeks. 2 weeks straight, it was the number one movie. After the 2 weeks, you couldn't find it anywhere. It went off the planet. And I said to Sandy, what's up with that? She said, obviously it pissed somebody off. Because you couldn't see, you just couldn't find it. I mean, it was just not to be found. And that's again, one of the things that caused it to become a sort of underground cult kind of film. Because both The Thing and John Carpenter was kind of like that, but The Thing and They Live just went underground for 2 weeks. 2 weeks straight, it was the number one movie. After the 2 weeks, you couldn't find it anywhere.
And of course, I wonder, was that planned? Just like, oops, wrong thing. Just like with the, what's that movie that just came out? Sound of Silence or Sound of, whatever it was about trafficking. I can't remember what it is. I'm tired. You know, people kept thinking, oh, well, that's not supposed to be seen. It's conspiracy. But really, it was all planned. So, just don't know what to think. Anyway, thank you guys for spending time with me. I don't know if anyone's even here anymore, but thank you. And to all the people watching now and in the future, please join our locals page. It's pridelesschicks.locals.com. There's going to be exclusive videos on there and early videos. There's already some exclusive and early videos on there now. Quite a few, actually. I didn't know this when I joined Locals, but until we get 50 members, I can only post like, I think 5 gigabytes or something worth of videos and stuff a month. So I'm trying to get to 50 because then I can do a lot more and I can do like longer live streams and stuff. I don't know why they make it difficult like that, but it is what it is. I thought like you could at least maybe pay a few dollars to bypass that, but they don't even have the option to pay your way through. So yeah, hopefully we can get to 50. If you're not able to afford a membership, just email me and I'll try to send you a coupon for a month free. And yeah, please pray for me. Pray that God blesses me financially and helps me with these jobs that I'm getting. I've already started one new job. I'm trying to get another one, and times are very tough. Please, please, please pray that God will bring me my husband as soon as possible, preferably this year, like yesterday, because I really feel called to be a biblical wife and mother, and I'm trying not to idolize those things. I'm trying not to get depressed. I'm trying not to lose my focus on the kingdom, but it still is kind of like eating me up a little inside, especially seeing the way the world's going, but I'm trying to walk by faith and not by sight. So please just pray that I can get married and God will finally send me my husband, because so far I'm just getting counterfeits and energy vampires and people who want to waste my freaking time and my energy, and it's just exhausting. I either deal with guys who are lukewarm or they are true Christians, but they don't show their personality and they don't talk about anything about themselves at all, and you just don't know who you're even talking to, or they're shy and wishy-washy, and I don't know, it just sucks. It really sucks. Hard times to be single, I'll tell you that. Anyway, Sound of Freedom. I'm listening to every word. Looking to comedian Tyler Fisher for a good laugh. I'm in the same boat, dying for a family of my own. Well, I hope you get a wife, and I hope I get a husband. Just, I'm glad that I know God. I'm glad I have Jesus Christ, but I'm lonely like Adam, and sometimes I'll just cry and pray and be like, God, I'm not trying to make it sound like you're not here and that I don't appreciate your presence, and I can feel that you're here and everything, but I'm lonely like Adam was, like physically. I want someone there, someone who can talk back and forth with me. I'm, I'm still a virgin, and I'm not gonna lie. I want to have sex. I want to know what that's like. I want to know what pregnancy is like, and even birth. I don't even care anymore about the pain or the possibility of dying during childbirth. Whatever, just come on. I want to start my life. Feels like I'm just waiting for my life to begin. So yeah, please pray for me. I'm sorry that I vent about that and ramble about it and rant about it so much, but it affects me, and I'm a human being with feelings. Contrary to popular belief, finding a good person is hard as fudge. Yeah, it sure is. Anyway, love you guys. Good night. Might see you next week or something. I don't know. Gonna try to go to church on Sunday. I don't know if it's gonna work out, and got an awful lot of work to be doing this weekend and this week. I don't know if I really ever take a full day off anymore. So, yeah, God bless you in the name of Jesus Christ. Toodaloo.